I applaud the gentleman from Oklahoma for putting this amendment up. I just heard comments that we shouldn't be tied to China and Russia, but yet the Paris Climate Accord is tying the U.S. to an agreement with, 195 other countries, but we're not tying the three most polluting countries in the world to that agreement. Russia, China, and India are some of the largest polluters in the world. The gentlelady from Michigan earlier had mentioned electric vehicles and that China was pushing its population to move more toward EVs, and I applaud China for doing that. I applaud her for bringing that up. But I will point out the fact that where does the electricity come from to power the electric vehicles in China? Guess what? It comes from coal-fired power plants. In fact, there's a September article from BBC that suggests that 259 new gigawatts are under development in China from coal-fired power plants. At one time, they were bringing a new coal-fired power plant online every 60 days. The report also says that at present, China has 993 gigawatts of coal power capacity, but the new plants would increase this by 25%. And so why wouldn't we try to, through this, encourage other countries, if they want the U.S. to abide by this treaty, why wouldn't we try to encourage them to encourage China, Russia, India, other countries that haven't signed the treaty to actually join it and lower their carbon emissions? I think the gentleman from Oklahoma is trying to say the United States should not be tied to this treaty where you're going to hurt American businesses, you're going to hurt American consumers by driving electric rates up, unless we hold Russia and China and India, the largest polluters in the world. This amendment just says Russia and China, but India has a lot of coal-fired power plants as well. Why shouldn't we hold them to the standards that we're trying to hold the rest of the world to? It's unbelievable to me that the other side wouldn't embrace this amendment to say, you know what, we need to encourage Russia and China to lower their emissions, not just give lip service to it, because I promise you that's all they're doing. They're wanting to grow their economies. They are growing their economies. They're actively building more polluting power plants to provide electricity to their emerging and growing economies. So we're going to tie the hands of American businesses. We're going to hurt American consumers by driving rates up. And there's instance after instance after instance that show when you push toward more renewables, such as wind and solar, that rates do go up. Hopefully, the world will get it right, technology will emerge, but I will say that Russia and China are using more polluting power. And the fact that we wouldn't try to make them adhere to those same standards we're wanting to set for ourselves is really ludicrous. And so I urge all my colleagues on both sides of the aisle to support this.
The gentleman yield.